Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal and welcome to the predicted lineup for our Europa League game against Bodo and Glimt. It's going to be a very interesting one. We're in the middle, bang in the middle, not even yet in the middle, but we are getting into a very, very busy period. This is the second game of a very busy month. After this, we are playing the likes of Liverpool. We're going to play Bodo and Glimt once again away from home. We are going to play PSV twice this month. Like, it's going to be a very, very busy period, and we have to try and win wherever we can and pick up draws wherever we can as well. Avoid as many losses as we can. If we can go unbeaten this month in both competitions, things are looking really good for Arsenal. So which kind of lineup will Arteta go for in this match? I've thought about it for a full day. I'm thinking, will he rest players? Will he give, which players will he rest? Will he consider like the likes of Bukayo Saka played during the international break and the likes of Martinelli didn't and the likes of Jesus didn't? Will he consider that Martinelli has played nearly every single game for Arsenal this season, or does he think that those 2 weeks were enough for him to rest during the international break? All that, a lot of questions. So which players will he go for? Now, Bodo and Glimt are not a terrible team. Last season they beat Roma by 6 goals. They can win games. They played against AC Milan, did well as well. I've been following them actually for 3 seasons because they played the Norwegian FPL, and they're very good, especially their player called Pellegrino, Salkness, forgotten the other one's name, but those two midfielders are very, very good, and they're not a terrible team, especially when we go to their place. Is going to be very hard. It's not an easy place to go. So we have to try and win our home games. And this is a home game that we have to try and win. If we win this one, we go to 6 points. They're actually top of the table at the moment. They drew with PSV away from home and they won their second game. So they are top. So if we win this, we go back to top. Remember, it's very important to get top position this season, because if we finish second, you are going to play in the round of 32 against one of the teams that come out of the Champions League. But if you finish first, you progress directly to the round of 16. So basically, if we finish second, we play an extra 2 games, which we can avoid by finishing top of the table and by continuing our good form so far this season. So which kind of lineup will Arteta go for? Let me know. Would you want him to rest players, or do you want us to go first team totally? Remember, there are a couple of players that we don't need to get injured. So here's what I expect him to go for. In goal, Matt Turner will definitely come on for Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale has been playing nearly obviously plays every single Premier League game and all that. But for Matt Turner, this is his competition. We are going to go to goalkeeper. Matt Turner, this is his competition. So any cup competitions, we're expecting Matt Turner to play. Last time against Zurich, he made a couple of errors, one that should have resulted to a goal, and obviously we considered a penalty. He's actually an expert in penalties, so hopefully one of these days we see him making a save. But you definitely need him, especially in the cup competitions. And we need to play him. We need to see how good he is. We need to test him, because when someone like Ramsdale goes down with an injury or something like that, suspension, this will be the guy that will come on for the Premier League games as well. So we don't want him to be shocked or anything like that. We want him to be ready. He's very experienced. He's close to 30 already, so he's pretty experienced. So in this competition, let us see how he does against Bodo and Glimt. I'm expecting them to create a couple of chances. So let's see how Matt Turner deals with it. It's not only that, not just shot stopping. When these days my goalkeeper, I want to see how good your kicking is. I want to see how good you are in terms of aerial ability from corners, from free kicks. How do you command your defenders? How do you command your box? How do you lead people, your defenders? How do you communicate with your defenders? All that is very interesting to look at. So let's see how it does in this match. Defenders. Right back, I think it's obvious. Tomiyasu will play at right back. Ben White has been playing very, very well, and we would have missed Tomiyasu if Ben White wasn't playing at right back, or he wasn't capable of playing at right back. We definitely have missed Tomiyasu, because Cedric is also out injured, and basically wouldn't have had anyone else to play there. Would have to move things around. So Ben White playing in that position has really helped us. No one has actually missed Tomiyasu, because Ben White has been so good in that position. But in this competition, Tomiyasu comes back in. We know his qualities as well. Like, imagine replacing Ben White and Tomiyasu. Like, that feels so good. Like, it's basically like we haven't changed anything. He starts in that position. In the second half, he might come off, or he might play all 90 minutes. Let's see how that one works out. Same applies to the other guy on the other side. His name is Kieran Tierney. Zinchenko's coming. He's done well so far. Kieran Tierney on the left side. Once again, we do know his qualities. Like the last couple of seasons, he has been our best probably one of the best left backs in the Premier League. So replacing Zinchenko and Tierney with Tierney, again, just like on the other side, it feels very, very safe. No problem at all with that. And so we need to see more from Tierney, obviously, attacking ability and all that. I think we'll see a lot from him, especially at home on that left side. He might even end up getting an assist in this match. Now, centre back is a bit different. Last time out when we played against Zurich, we started with Gabriel and Holding. So Gabriel did not play during the international break, but same with Ben White. He also did not play during the international break. And Saliba did. So I think Saliba will definitely be rested. It's either going to be Gabriel or Ben White starting. But on the other side, let's put Rob Holding. I think Rob Holding will definitely start. He usually comes on whenever we need to secure a lead in the Premier League. He hasn't featured a lot this season, but I think the cup competitions he will play. I think he will even be the captain in this match. So let's see how he does again in this one. Again, I expect him to be tested with the likes of Pellegrino at Bodo. So Holding starts as a centre back, but who starts next to him? Is it going to be Gabriel or Ben White? Now, you can't start Gabriel once again. He played in the first game. You can start with him because he hasn't been at the top of his game this season. So give him another match to get himself correct and everything like that. Or could you rest him, take him out to the firing line for one game and have him fresh for Liverpool? It's very hard to predict who is going to stay. 51% is telling me Gabriel, 49% is telling me Ben White. So I am going to say Gabriel for now. Gabriel will start in this one once again. And Ben White will come on in the second half for Tomiyasu. So Gabriel at the back starts next to Rob Holding. So that is the difference I'm expecting. Let me put it on screen right now. So Tomiyasu at right back, Tana as the goalkeeper, Tierney at left back, and then Gabriel and Holding. So here's what it's going to be looking like. So that is a back four. Maybe one change, maybe Ben White for Gabriel. We have to wait and see. And then the others, I think, will all start. So remember, we can't just rest everyone as well. The players who are coming on in this one are good enough, Tierney and Tomiyasu, but going forward, you can't rest everyone because we need to win this game. You can't afford to lose a game just because you're resting players. And then in midfield, I think Partey, there's a chance Partey could start, but there's also a chance that Arteta will not want to risk him at all, because if he plays in this one and gets injured and misses the Liverpool game, it's a disaster. So I think Lokonga comes on. For sure, in midfield, is he going to play with Partey, or is he going to play by himself? We have to wait and see. But Albert Sabi Lokonga definitely needs game time. We know someone like Partey will not be fit for the entire season. We know that. So we need Lokonga to play a few minutes here and there, so that when he comes on in the Premier League, he is not... he's not lost. Basically, he knows what he's doing. He knows the formation. He knows how to play with other players as well. So Lokonga in midfield. Next up, again, it's a very, very difficult one. Is it going to be Granit Xhaka? Is it going to be Martin Odegaard? I've thought maybe this game we could see a combination of either Nketiah and Jesus together, or we could see Fabio Vieira and Odegaard together. But I think Odegaard might start on the bench because he played during the international break and he had just recovered from an injury for the previous game. Granit Xhaka has also played a lot of games, but Granit Xhaka is a machine. He can literally play every single game without needing a rest. We'll definitely need to rest him somewhere, maybe next week against the same opponent. But for this one, I think Xhaka will start just to get the 3 points and get the job done. So Granit Xhaka next to Albert Sambi Lokonga. He'll probably come off in the second half if we get the job done early. He's been amazing this season. He won Arsenal's Player of the Month last month. So he's doing pretty well. Next up, I think this is an easy one. Fabio Vieira starts. I was thinking, is he going to start there, or is he going to start on the left side or on the right side and then have Odegaard in midfield as well, just to create enough chances? Fabio Vieira against Zurich, he did well. He opened the space for Nketiah to assist Marquinhos, and against Brentford, when he started, he scored a magnificent goal. He only came on for a few minutes in the last game against Tottenham, so let's see how he does again in this one. I hope he gets all the 90 minutes. Let's see how he does. And then the midfield, how it's going to be looking, something like this. So this is what we have so far. that back four, and then Matt Turner, Lokonga, Jacques, and Fabio Vieira. So far, the only players to keep their position from the Premier League team are Gabriel and Xhaka. So which forward players will keep their positions? It's going to be very interesting. Now, Martinelli has played every single game for Arsenal this season. He started even the Zurich game, and he didn't go to the international break, so he rested for 2 weeks. And Bukayo Saka has played almost every single game for us as well. He's played every single game apart from the Zurich game that he didn't start, but he came on, and he's also played for England twice. Once he only came from the bench, and the first one he got subbed off. So is he that tired? I don't think so. And Martinelli has played every single game. We also don't need to just look at the past games, like Martinelli has played every single game, but he rested for 2 weeks, blah blah blah. I like looking at the future as well. We want players like Martinelli to be very fit, and personally, I would rest him, and I think he will rest him as well in this match. In case things go wrong, then you can bring him in the second half. So I think Saka will start in this one because he didn't start in the last game. It is basically one of the two, just like Ben White and Gabriel. It's either Saka or Martinelli. They could even rest both of them, but I think that's a bit risky. As I just said, you can't rest everyone totally. You have to get the job done fast, and then you can rest them. So one of them has to start. I think Saka will start on the left side in this, and on the right side they will rotate with whoever is playing. Up front, before I come to the right winger, that is easy. I think Glen Kightley will definitely start. We need him. He scored and assisted in the game that he started against Zurich, so I would expect more of the same. I think he'll definitely score in this one and probably assist as well. You know his qualities from the last few months. He's been playing very well. Even when he's come on in the Premier League, he's done totally okay. So I think with him up front, with Saka and Vieira feeding him, and Xhaka as well, I think we can get the goals. Now, right wing, I think it's definitely going to be Marquinhos. He's not on this app, so let's just put Marquinhos there. So I was thinking the other things we could see happening apart from Gabriel and White and Saka and Martinelli. I was thinking maybe Fabio Vieira in that position where Saka is, and then Odegaard starts, or we start to just both Saka and Martinelli at the same time, or Jesus plays on that right wing instead of Marquinhos. But Marquinhos in the first game against Zurich, he scored and he also assisted, just like Nketiah. So I think he deserves to start, and we saw his passion in the North London derby, the way he's celebrating. I think we need to give him more minutes. So this is how it would look like in terms of the full team. Will come to the bench a bit later. So Turner, Tierney, Gabriel, Holding, Tomiyasu, Lokonga, Jacques, and Fabio Vieira, Marquinhos, Nketiah, and Saka as your team. So that is what I'm expecting. There could be changes. I'm expecting changes. I don't think I'm going to be 100% accurate. Remember, this is just predicted, so I don't think I'm going to be 100% accurate. As I said, Gabriel or Ben White, Saka or Martinelli, or we could even see Fabio Vieira keep being pushed forward, and Odegaard starting. It's very tough to predict. There are others there that we definitely now are going to start: Turner, Tomiyasu, Tierney, and those kind of players. So what will the bench look like? Here's what the bench will look like. Ramsdale, Zinchenko, Ben White, Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Reece Nelson is back as well, hoping he gets a few minutes here, and Matthew Smith. So if we get the job done early, ideally you want to get the job done early by the 55th minute, 60th minute. Take off Saka, bring on Nelson, take off Xhaka, bring on Smith in that midfield, and maybe one of the fullbacks, Tomiyasu, rotate them with Zinchenko and Ben White. And then obviously things are looking good. You can let Fabio Vieira and Nketiah play all 90 minutes with Marquinhos as well, or sub them out in the 90th minute or something. I'm not stressed with them playing all 90 minutes. I think they need some game time. I mean, as you can see, we still have to play a few first team players. If it would have been so easy if Smith Rowe was not injured, and El Neni, and who else am I forgetting? Cedric. If all three of them were fit, then we would have afforded to have at least some of them on the bench, rest Partey totally, have Cedric on that bench, and rest maybe Odegaard totally, and have someone like an El Neni on that bench. And then if things go wrong, you have Jesus and Martinelli to come on. But that is a full team I'm expecting against Bodo and Glimt. Must-win game. The home game, it's going to be harder when you go to their place next week, so we have to try and win this one. So my prediction for this match, I think they'll score. I'm going to go for 3-1 to Arsenal. Arsenal to win by 3-1. Glen Kightley to score, Fabio Vieira to score, and potentially Bukayo Saka to score. He didn't score against Tottenham, so I think he'll score in this one. So let me know your predictions for the game. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you on the next one.